What's up guys, welcome to another FIFA Ultimate Team video, and today I will be claiming my level 15 season 7 progress rewards. There are the choice of 3 players available, the first one being this 89 rated left midfielder Gil Diaz, the second an 89 rated right midfielder Sabbi, and then finally an 88 rated left back Miranda. We're going to look at each of these cards individually and check out their in-game stats. Then we're going to see what Chemstars work best with these players before I finally choose one of them to join my squad. So let's start off with Gil Diaz and see what his work rates are. He has the high attack, high defense work rates. This is okay, but not the best for a left midfielder or winger. You're really looking for high attack with either a medium or low defense work rate. Skill moves of 4 stars is very nice, and his weak foot of 4 stars is pretty good as well. In terms of his pace, his acceleration of 88 is okay, but in my opinion, you really want 90 plus acceleration for a left midfielder or winger. Sprint speed of 96 is very nice. In terms of his shooting stats, while they're not the best, they're pretty good. His attack position of 86 is alright, finishing of 84 is okay. His shot power of 94 is very nice, and long shots of 94 is pretty good as well. His volleys at 78 and penalties at 69 are pretty poor. In terms of his passing stats, the vision of 91 is nice. His crossing of 84 is okay but not great. Free kick accuracy of 80 is not that great. His short pass of 93 is very nice. Long pass of 78 and his curve of 77 are okay stats. In terms of his dribbling stats, the agility of 93 is a very good stat. His balance of 81 is a little low for where it needs to be right now. His reactions of 82 are not the best either. His ball control of 93 is good, and his dribbling of 96 is very nice. In terms of his composure though, 83 again is a low stat, to be completely honest. In terms of his defensive stats, we'll skip past those because they're really poor. And physically, his stamina of 88 is okay, strength of 80 again is alright, and his aggression of 62 could be considered a little bit low. In terms of traits, he doesn't contain any, which is a little disappointing, only a CPU one for him. Overall, this card is okay. There is definitely a chem star that I think will make him a bit more usable within the game, which is a good thing to note. But overall, he's not going to be pulling up trees, that's for sure. The next guy is Sabbi, who is again an 89 rated player. His work rates is a medium attack with a low defense. This again is okay, but not the best. You really want the high attack with the low defense. But there you go. His skill moves of 4 stars is very good, and his weak foot of 4 stars is very nice as well. In terms of his attributes, he contains top tier pace, which is really nice. Acceleration and sprint speed both at 95s. His shooting stats, where they matter most, are alright, with the attack positioning of 92, his finishing of 87, and his shot power of 89. His long shots at 84 are okay, but not the best. Volleys at 81 and penalties at 74 are a bit hit and miss. In terms of his passing stats, vision of 86 is okay. His crossing of 78 is pretty poor considering he's a right midfielder. Free kick accuracy is not very good either with a 65. Short pass of a 91 is good. His long pass of a 77 isn't that great, and his curve of 88 is a nice stat. In terms of his dribbling stats, fantastic agility and balance, maxed out, 99 is really good. Reactions to 74 are poor as hell. His ball control of 88 is okay, his dribbling of 90 is alright, but again the composure at 77 is not very good at all. In terms of his defensive stats, we'll skip past those as well because they're pretty poor. In terms of his physicals, that stamina of 87 is alright. The strength of 70 could be considered low, along with that aggression at 60 as well. In terms of traits, he does contain the flair trait and another CPU trait, which is a little disappointing. All in all, this card does fit a lot more within the meta of the game. However, saying that, I really can't get over the fact that his reactions and composure are really poor, and also his aggression is not the best either, and his strength doesn't help that much too. But he's not the bad player either. In terms of Mr. Miranda, his work rates are medium attack, medium defense, which is not great for a left back. You really want the high defensive work rate, but this is something you're going to have to work with. Skill moves of 2 stars is pretty poor, and his weak foot of 3 stars isn't that great either. In terms of his attributes, his acceleration of 87 and sprint speed of 92 are okay. Shooting stats wise, it's all over the place, but it is worth noting that his attack positioning of 96 is very good. Passing stats wise, his vision of 67 is really poor, especially for a wing back. You're really looking for it to be in the 80s, so that's very disappointing indeed. His crossing is phenomenal at 98, but his free kick accuracy is really poor at 52. His short pass of 88 is alright, long pass and curve at 78 are okay. In terms of his dribbling stats, his agility and balance for a wing back are just not going to cut it. 78 agility and 79 balance are just not good enough. His reactions at 86 is okay. Ball control of 89 is alright, and his dribbling of 85 is okay as well. Composure is a little bit lower at 80, but it's workable. In terms of his defensive stats, this is where this card looks very good. His interceptions of 89 are nice, defensive awareness of 88 is good, stand tackle of 92 is pretty nice, and slide tackle of 90 is good as well. However, his heading accuracy of 75 is not the best. In terms of his physicals, his stamina of 92 is very good, strength of 72 is alright, and his aggression of 80 is a nice stat in itself. In terms of any traits, he unfortunately contains none. The biggest problem I have with this particular card is his agility, balance, and his vision. This makes him look more like a centre back than a wing back, unfortunately, which is disappointing to say. But overall, he's not a bad card, but he's not great, and his big glaring thing that keeps pointing out at me is the fact he's an 88 and the other two are 89s. Now, if it comes down to Chemstars, the best Chemstars I think to use for this Gil Diaz is there's one in particular that I like the best, and that is an engine. I think an engine makes him pretty usable compared to the other two cards. What you'll see with an engine on in a plus 10 chemistry position is his acceleration goes to a 93, his sprint speed becomes a 99, and even his passing stats you'll see his vision go up to a 96, his crossing becomes an 89, his free kick accuracy becomes a 90, and his short pass becomes a 98, and then finally his long pass goes up to an 88. In terms of his dribbling stats, his agility becomes 98, which is very nice. His balance becomes 91, which I think is important. He sees a little boost within reactions as well, bringing it to an 87. His ball control becomes a 98, and his dribbling becomes a 99. I think this makes him very good. Now, in terms of any other Chemstars, it's really hard to choose because I really think he benefits from having the acceleration boost that is given through an engine, and I also think he does need his balance to be boosted up as well. Now, let's have a look at Sabbi again and see what Chemstars work best with him. I think there's a couple that will work pretty well for him. If you're looking for like an all-out attacking option, I would probably recommend a sniper. Reason for a sniper is just so it boosts up both the reactions and composure, which I think this card desperately needs. Now, in a plus 10 chemistry position, you'll see his positioning and the shooting go up to a 97, and his finishing maxes out to a 99. His volleys becomes a 91, and penalties becomes an 89. In terms of his dribbling boost, his reactions becomes a 79, that composure becomes an 82, and his dribbling maxes out to a 99, with his ball control becoming a 93. Another Chemstar I would probably use with this guy is going to be a Maestro. The reason for a Maestro is because he gets a little boost within the dribbling stats, gets some nice boost within the shooting stats, and gets some boost within the passing stats as well. So what you'll see in a plus 10 chemistry position is his positioning goes up to a 97, the shot power maxes out to a 99, his long shots becomes a 94, and volleys becomes an 86. In terms of his passing stats, his vision becomes a 91, free kick actually goes up to a 75, his short pass becomes a 99, and his long pass becomes an 82. In terms of those dribbling stats, again, reactions gets boosted, bringing it to a 79. his ball control becomes a 93, and his dribbling becomes a 99. In terms of any other chem styles, I'm not really too sure. People may consider a Deadeye if they're just going to accept the reactions and composure, which could be pretty decent. Could also maybe chuck on a marksman or even an engine as well, but an engine could be seen as a little bit redundant because of the fact that his agility and balance are both already maxed out at 99s. Then finally we'll look at this Miranda card. Honestly, I think there are two chem styles that might work best for him. You're really looking at either an anchor or a shadow. With an anchor in a plus 10 chemistry position, you'll see his acceleration go up to a 92 and his sprint speed becomes a 97. His defensive stats go up very nicely indeed, with the interceptions becoming a 94. Heading actually becomes an 85. Defensive awareness goes up to a 98. Standing tackle becomes a 99. Sliding tackle becomes a 99. And then in his physicals, his aggression becomes a 90, with his strength going up to a 77, and his jump gets a big boost, bringing it to a 99. And then if you did decide to go with a shadow, what you'll see is his pace just completely maxed out to 99s, and his defensive stats will see his interceptions go up to a 99. His heading actually becomes an 80, defensive awareness becomes a 98, standard tackle becomes a 97, and then finally his sliding tackle becomes a 99. This card though, I'm not really too keen on it because it just looks more like a centre back. So I don't think he'll be the best left back, that's for sure. Alright guys, now when it comes to my decision in terms of who I'm going to choose, I'm pretty much going to discount Miranda for me. I just don't like the card that much, and like I keep saying, I think he'll be a pretty good centre back. I like the look of Sabbi apart from the fact that his reactions and composure are really poor, and the other thing is he's in the Danish league and he is from the United States, so he is going to be super hard to link to anyone, and the best thing you could actually do with this particular card is make him a super sub. So that leaves me with just Gil Diaz, who I think overall is pretty well balanced, and with an engine makes him pretty usable in any sort of La Liga squad. So I'm going to go ahead and pick this Gil Diaz as the player that is going to join my squad. Alright guys, that's going to do it for today's video. I've hoped you found it useful as I broke down these three players down. Please leave your comments below. Let me know who you choose from these three players. Let me know what Chemstars you would consider using on these three players as well. And until next time, please remember to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll check you guys out. Laters.